Peace everyone, Unmasked here, and welcome back to the Drawing Journal. So I have a few Patreon updates that I want to announce real quick before I get started. I'll be working on the same piece that I was last week, which was the kind of reworking of the 10-minute challenge. I think it's starting to look okay, but anyways, so some of the Patreon updates that I've made so far is that I will be recording tutorials in real time in the future. And by the future, I mean this week. And I will be offering those real-time full-length tutorials to those that support me on Patreon. So if you're interested in such kind of tutorials, you can go over to my Patreon page and support me there. I will be doing the first one of the puppy, which I drew here. If you follow me on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, then you've seen the puppy. That tutorial will be this week. The time-lapse will be Wednesday, and then the tutorial will be Friday like usual. However, this Friday, it will be the full length. It will be a 2-hour-long real-time drawing tutorial of that drawing there. However, in the future, I won't be posting those to YouTube. I will be posting those just to my Patreon account. And then if you go there, you'll see the different rewards based on how much you support me for. So yes, there are the updates for Patreon. Also, I added the reward that if you support me for the 3rd tier reward, I will be sending out postcards to you each month that has a piece of work on it or something like that. Yes, so anyway, let's go ahead and start drawing. What I'm going to be doing today is finishing off these mountains here, the ones that have a lot more detail and things like that. Mostly just black, a little bit of color just to create some highlights and create rock effects and things like that. What else? I have another pretty large project. Actually, it's going to be the largest colored pencil piece that I've ever done. 14 by 17 size drawing, and I'm going to be working on that probably not this week, but possibly this week. It just depends. And I have a few new things to share next week that I'm excited about. I just got to work with it a little bit more, but basically I got a drawing tablet, and I'll be doing a review and demo and unboxing and all that stuff, all that fun stuff of that. And that will be coming next week. What else? I don't have any, I don't know. Oh, and then also, any of you that are in the London area, at the end of this month, most likely, either at the end of this month or the beginning of next month, I will be taking a short trip to London, probably for 2 or 3 days. So if you're in the area, I'd love to meet you and say hi if you're a fan of my work or whatnot. I currently don't have a place that I am staying in London, so if anybody is feeling generous, I'd love to get together and just hang out or whatever. But yeah, so that's a couple upcoming things. More in life rather than art, but whatever. They're both the same to me. So as you can see, I'm just kind of laying down some black marker on this thing here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I spent like all weekend trying to calibrate my screens and things to get things to look better. I've noticed that a few of my YouTube videos were darker than what I edited them to be, and so on top of which I was trying to calibrate my screens to look similar between my drawing tablet and my monitor that I have here in front of me, because I'll probably be doing, I don't know if I'll ever do a tutorial on digital art. Most likely not, because I don't really consider myself that much of a digital artist, although I have a lot of experience in Photoshop and things like that. I still feel too amateurish, I guess, to really say that I'm a digital artist. Though I'm going to be definitely experimenting with it quite a bit, and I will most likely do drawing journals a couple times at least, working on the tablet, and I'll just do a screen capture, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun playing with it this weekend. I'm just trying to get just a feel for it and figure out how it works and things like that. Now I'm going through with just an ink pen. This is a brush tip by Sakura. It's a fun pen for sure. I like this brush tip. The only thing I would complain about with this pen though is that the tip got fuzzy. I don't know if you can see it, but it doesn't have a good sharp point when I use it, and it's kind of annoying. It makes it really hard to make anything neat or look nice. It almost acts too much like an old brush rather than like a nice new sharp brush. I feel like the lines should be nice and sharp, but unfortunately they're not. They're fuzzy, and I don't like it. If you know anything about my art, it's that I like my stuff to be really precise. I use rulers and stencils all the time. I like my lines, especially my ink work, to be very crisp. And if you've seen any of my inkings, then you know that my inkings are very crisp and neat and exact. And yeah, this I do not use this pen to do that. Sometimes I'll use it to color in things, but that's about all I can use it for because it's so awful. When I first bought it, it was fine, but I feel like I used it 2 or 3 times and then just kind of went to crap. So that's about all I got to say about this pen. Also, tomorrow I will be uploading, well, it's already uploaded, but it's scheduled out, the tutorial for the portrait, the recent portrait that I did of the young lady, the real classical portrait that went up last week. It's like a 40-minute tutorial on how to draw portraits in colored pencils. And I think that, I think that a lot of people like it. It's a pretty cool tutorial in my opinion. I broke it up into sections, and then I put like little chapter marks at the top of the video so that you can click and skip around based on what part that you want to see how I did. So you don't have to sit there and watch like the whole 40-minute video. You can just kind of click around, and if you want to see me do the hair, you can click on the hair chapter, and it'll just skip ahead to the hair or the background or something like that. If you just want to see how I did it, then it will be there. Yes, so now I'm going to add a few taller trees here. Try to make it look like pine trees. Once I do like this foreground part, then I'm kind of saying that everything behind it is done, and I can't really do anything else to it. I don't want to have to draw around this inking, so yeah, I'm calling the background part of this pretty much just done, and there's nothing I'm going to be doing to change it. Since this brush tip is so kind of raggedy, it actually makes these These pine trees look kind of nice, actually. It makes the branches all different and actually makes it look kind of nice. Can still somewhat get thin lines with it. So right now I don't really have anything planned for next week's tutorial. I mean, I did this puppy and that's this week's tutorial, but for next week, I wasn't quite sure what to do. So if you have any suggestions, feel free to let me know, because that would be helpful. I mean, there's no guarantee that I'll like your suggestion, but at least it could potentially give me the next idea. So feel free to let me know. I think I might do another kind of fur thing. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a cat, since I did a dog. I'm not much of a cat person, but I think I've only drawn one cat, but it was just the face, so it could be a fun challenge for me. But I like the fur. Drawing the fur, I think that's a good subject matter to do tutorials on, because though I've not done a lot of fur drawings, I've kind of just naturally been able to do it, I guess. But the jaguar that I did a couple months ago, or however long I did that, I don't even remember. Can't keep track of all this stuff. But I did pretty well on that one. A lot of people liked it. So I think maybe I'll stick to the fur stuff. And maybe do a cat. I don't know. Let me know what you think about a cat. And I'll probably just finish up these trees real quick and go ahead and sign off on this video. I think this side, I think it's starting to come together. If this was a little bit more black, it'd probably look better in the state that it is right now. But I think overall, the trees kind of add the kind of detail that it needs to start bringing the scene more to life. And that's something that's always necessary when you're doing like landscapes, is you always need those details to start popping out in the foregrounds to really start to bring the scene to an end and really make it something to look at. Because as it was before, it was certainly not something to look at. It was something to throw away, and I didn't want to waste a piece of paper, so I decided to do this. And a lot of people liked it as it was, and they liked the silhouette, and so that is why I'm doing this. And this brush tip is working fantastic for these trees, I have to admit. All the bad things I said about this pen, and it's working perfectly. Couldn't be better. Yeah, so I'm going to stop there. I think it's starting to look really nice. I didn't even use any colored pencils. I had all my pencils here. See, I had all my pencils here ready to go. I didn't even use them. But I like the trees. I'm satisfied with the trees. Hopefully, I don't know. I probably work on this a little bit today off camera, and hopefully I'll just be done with it next week. That way, I can work on something different. I don't know what I'll work on. So next week I'll finish this, and then the week after that I'll work on a tablet and try to do something digital. I don't know. But anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments, and remember, if you want to support my work, you can always go over to my Patreon page. And I will see you next time. All right, take care. Peace.